The Drift is a small family-run farm. It's owned by the Jack family, and since they started here about 8 years ago, from the start they've farmed according to organic principles and they've tried to do everything right. And I think that's something we stand for today. The late Elspeth Jack and Dave Jack were fundamental and still are in ensuring that we maintain the standards that they started with here, you know. And I think it's part of our goals and the whole team here is that we live up to that. We produce goods that are good enough for my children to eat, and I believe that's what it's about. I used to eat organic for myself. Now it's all about my children. I want my kids to, when they walk around here and they can eat vegetables straight out of the garden. It's so important for me, and I think if it's important for my kids, then it's important for our customers as well. We've really focused on heirlooms at the Drift. The amazing thing about heirlooms, people really have kept them exactly the same. So there are exactly the same vegetables that you can eat now that were eaten 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago. Heirloom seeds are quite tricky to come by, and when I do get seeds, they usually come in very small quantities. But funnily enough, there are quite a few people, and this is how heirlooms have sort of survived over the generations. There are people who have kept their heirloom seeds, and they keep them and they grow them, and then every year they harvest the seeds. There are also a few small companies in South Africa who have dedicated people who really have it's their job to grow amazing different varieties of vegetables, and we're fortunate enough to form partnerships with some of them, and they're going to help us grow seeds and hopefully bring it to more of the mainstream. This is where it's our absolutely as clean as possible pack store, and that's why I'm wearing this very becoming outfit. As it's all wash in, so everything, your hands have to be washed. You have to wear your outfit in order to get in here. And these are some of our organic tomatoes that have just come off our bed. This is a yellow pear, and we've got a cherry as well. We've also got a salad tomato at the moment, and we've got a whole bed of heirlooms coming. We keep these at 15-degree temperature, with 12 to 15 for tomatoes. We don't want it too cold, because otherwise it affects the flavor, and also they get a bit mushy. As you can see, they're packing into, I'm sure you can hear it, it's a very crinkly packaging. That means it's a biodegradable pack. It means once you get it to your house, all you have to do is throw it into your compost and it'll disappear. Now our label is also biodegradable. It's not made from trees. It's made from cane waste. So no trees were cut down for it. The ink we use is also vegetable ink, and the glue we also use is environmentally benign. Tomatoes come in so many beautiful various shapes and sizes. This is a celebrity. This is called a golden monarch. Here we go, this is another one. It's called a red Siberian. And this is called a brandy wine. This is called a Marmont. These ones are Tigarilla. This is more of a salad tomato. It's a medium-sized tomato. And you go to our supermarkets, we've really got so few. You get a round salad tomato, maybe you get a yellow cherry, and maybe a red cherry, and that's about all you get. Absolutely amazing, look at that. Let's have a taste. That really is good.
Ons is nou by die wurmgat wat ons gebruik vir die tuin om dinge vinnig te laat groei. En wat ons gebruik in die gat, ons gebruik eers strooi, en dan gebruik ons 'n bietjie koerantpapier en dan bietjie beesmis vir voeding vir die wurms. Daarna as die wurms gegroei het, dan vat ons die wurms, dan sit ons hulle binne in die tuin om die grond vrugbaar te maak. Want die wurm self help om die grond lig te gee en om die grond meer vrugbaar te maak. Dan kan ons ook die miswater vat en dit op die plantjies gooi, sodat die plantjies vinniger kan groei. En ook van die mis en die eetwurms gebruik ons dan om binne in die grond te sit, om dan die grond ook vrugbaar te kan maak.
We're standing in the top part of the Shiraz block. This piece was actually destroyed 4 years ago by a big veld fire that we had, and we obviously replanted these vines, and you can see on the floor we've got a rather thick straw mulch which we're using to cut down on our water that we need to apply to the vines, and we're saving about 30 to 40% water just by the straw mulch, and obviously also helps with the weeding of the block because no chemicals are being used on the vineyard floor. As you can see, we've got this specially designed bird netting in the Pinot block. And because the Pinot is getting towards its ripening stage now, the sugars are very high in here, and the birds will actually flock into this block. That's the reason why this block will get the netting up first. Once we've harvested this block, we'll move the nets to a different block which we harvest later. At the moment we're in the port block, Touriga Franseca. We've got 3 different varieties of port on the farm, and this is a new thing for this area. So we're doing the pioneering work to see how it works, and it's actually doing very well for us. As you can see, this is a bigger bunch with bigger berries, typical of port. Normally we had a problem that we couldn't get the sugar content high enough, but with a different management program this year, we're right on track. They used to grow quite vigorously. Now we've cut back on the feed and the water, so you get a better content of flavor into the actual bunch.
As part of our commitment to sustainability, we've installed a 15 kilowatt wind turbine, which you can see behind me. This is the first 15 kilowatt wind turbine in private use in South Africa. It's designed to be very sort of farm friendly, and you can lower it with a tractor. The cost of electricity has just jumped up 30%, and even with that, we've managed to decrease our energy bill by as much as 50%. Okay, what we got here is Jerusalem artichokes. It's a very good seller for us, mostly aimed at chefs and restaurants. And as you can see, it's flowering now, beautiful yellow flowers. We have to wait for the flowers to drop, and we'll wait for the stalk to go a bit woody. And when that goes woody, then we'll know that the tubers are ready, and we have to start digging underground. We'll start bringing them up, putting them on your plate. All right, this is our tomato tunnel. These tomatoes are actually all heirlooms, and we've got a whole different variety in here. These ones are Tigarella. You'll see the little stripes coming. It's a little cherry, a large cherry tomato. I've also got a blonde Cochin. As we walk through, you'll see there's lots of different varieties, and we've put a netting up here. Now this netting is great for tomatoes. It allows the wind to come through, but it's got a UV protector, so it keeps out the nasty rays but lets in the good rays. Here's another heirloom. This heirloom was a gift from a friend, and this is a celebrity. It's a larger tomato, heirloom tomato, and you can see they're coming on beautifully. These are our happy hen eggs, and as you can see, they are not sized. The way they pop out is the way we send them to you. They really are beautiful eggs, I must say. When you cook them, you really can taste the difference. And our chickens are definitely free range. They have a large open space to go and scratch around and get their own protein in the form of insects. Plus the feed we give them is the best possible feed we could find. And also they're not overcrowded. They've got lots of space. And they're just happy old chickens, man. And you get happy chickens, you get happy eggs, which means you get happy food. At the Drift, we're all about quality. We're all about producing everything to the best possible standards, and that means the way we go about looking after our soil, about the way we pack it and the way we get it to market. That's why we've gone for organic where we can, and no matter what you buy from the Drift farm, whether it be our olive oil, our wine, or our vegetables, that you can be assured that a small family team has put a lot of love and a lot of effort into bringing you the best possible quality that we can.